Hello, everyone. John Bruna here. I'm the co-founder of the Mindfulness Recovery Program and very excited to be able to invite you to our new 8-week course, a course that helps people cultivate a real sense of durable happiness, of well-being, of resiliency, and I think most importantly, a recognition that you're okay, that you are capable, that you are worthy, that your life is meaningful, and have an opportunity to fully engage in your life in ways that are meaningful to you, in a way that you find most valuable. I myself am a member of the recovery community. I was so fortunate to find my recovery back in 1984. So 3.5 decades so far. And in the rooms of recovery, they taught me so much about how to live life and offered me the tools of recovery to build a life I've never imagined. A guy like me who used to be homeless, living under a bridge, who learned how to find some dignity and really live in alignment with some ethical principles, to become ultimately a school teacher, a counselor, 6 years as a Buddhist monk, and now an opportunity to train counselors and therapists around the country to help them help others. And so now we have this course available for everyone. So if you are in recovery and you would like to develop some more of the skills of living mindfully that allows you to access the tools of recovery in new and meaningful ways, the tools of recovery are so meaningful, whichever path of recovery that you are on, whether you are in a 12-step program or another pathway of recovery, there's incredible tools, and different people need different tools. What we offer are skills to use those tools, the skills of being mindful in a way that's meaningful. And by that, I mean, imagine what it would be like to know that you're okay and you're engaging in a day that will never come again, in a day that is filled with opportunities and potentials. And you get to engage in it with wisdom and clarity, in alignment with your deepest values. That before you engage in just the busyness of a day, you can actually be present and make choices that you're going to feel good about tomorrow, that support your deepest values. So in Mindfulness Recovery, we have 2 basic principles. One is very simple. The more one lives in alignment with their deepest personal values, the more inner peace, well-being, resiliency, and durable happiness they'll have in life. The true source of happiness and well-being is not getting things that we want or having the opportunity to do things that make us feel good. It comes from doing things we feel good about. Living in alignment with our deepest values is what gives us that sense of well-being, the ability to look in the mirror and feel good about who we are. And the other principle is, the more I can live accurately in the world as it exists, the less mental and emotional suffering I'll have. And that basically means that a lot of our worries, fears, anxieties, stresses have never happened. They are constructs of a very busy mind, caught up in worry, fear, and a sense of feeling less than or not good enough, a self-critical mind. And so in our Mindfulness and Recovery course, in these 8 weeks, what we do is we take some time to grow together, to develop our mind in a healthy and meaningful way. Train our mind with some meditation, some presence of mind. And then we engage in the skills of living mindfully, knowing what our values are, bearing them in mind so they can be present when we make choices in our lives. That we actually engage in a way of living not just doing mindfulness, but living mindfully, aware of the tools of recovery, bringing them into application in my daily life, to be able to make choices that I'll feel good about tomorrow. So we go through these 8 weeks together, and we're going with the Mindfulness and Recovery Guidebook, the Essential Guidebook to Mindfulness and Recovery. We cultivate a practice. We do the practice together. We, every single day, have an activity that we get to engage in. We do an evening review. We look at what supports the life that we want to live and what's undermining it. What are the habits, attitudes, and tendencies that we've created in our life that no longer serve us, and which are the ones that we want to grow and nurture. And so we start with a very simple premise. What are your values? Who do you want to be? How do you want to show up each day in a day that comes but once? What's a meaningful life to you? And let's start living that life today. And let's start noticing what undermines those opportunities. And so Mindfulness and Recovery is this program of developing 7 specific skills, so that we can use our tools of recovery in ways that are truly meaningful. So during the course, we take a little time to first notice some of the habits and tendencies, some of the mindlessness that we get caught up in, and then start a practice of learning to become more mindful. We spend a week on knowing our values and bringing those into our day, a week on developing attention, not simply being attentive, but noticing how we attend to people and events. Do we give a lot of our attention to resentments, frustrations, or do we also attend to a bigger picture in life? Cultivate gratitude in our days, wisdom, noting the lessons in our life that have served us, understanding ourselves and our interactions better. We go on to equanimity, loving kindness, compassion, and then action. How do we bring these skills and tools of recovery into a way of living that really serves the life that we want to live today? And so in the course, every day we have activities. We have our online platform that people get to interact with each other and support each other, that we bring in the neuroscience and understand how we can actually rewire our own brains, and the science that allows us to recognize that we're never stuck and we're not broken, that we simply haven't consciously been as engaged in our life as we could be. And we've been doing our best, but now we can more consciously engage in our lives that support a way of living that actually has an impact on our gene expression and our way of being, and an ability to literally rewire ourselves consciously and into a healthier way of living. So we bring in some neuroscience, we bring in these skills, we engage and develop these practices together. We come together once a week with one of our certified mindfulness instructors, all of which are highly trained, also members in recovery. We invite people to join us in their recovery. Recovery takes many forms. It's not just about substances anymore. It's about recovering from obsessive compulsive minds, from anxieties, worries, and fears, from habits that no longer serve us. We have the new recovery workbook for family and friends. And so this course is open to family and friends, anyone that's been impacted by addiction. We also have clinicians and therapists join this course. This is the foundational course for those that want to do some inner work on themselves and then learn how to get certified so they can bring it to others. So in this 8-week course, you may be in this with others who may be working in the treatment field, people in recovery like ourselves, people who are family and friends who've been affected by addiction and they're working on their recovery. And we all join together and we get to the opportunity to do the inner work. to do some self-care, to remember that we're not broken, that we are valuable, that we are worthy, and we're capable of much more than we know. We get an opportunity to develop the skills of living mindfully, to be more fully engaged in our life, and the ability to consciously make choices that are healthy and productive and support the life that we want to live. So as you can tell, I'm pretty excited about this. And in my own life, it's been beyond belief, and so many others that have engaged in this path with us. Come join us.